And I love this illustration that you have about taking that leap of faith. It's kind of like the life of a flower. Can you share that? I love that.
Yeah, I like the flower. And I can't take credit for this because this is really something I got from Philip Davis. He uses this analogy of a flower just is what it is. It doesn't have to bribe the bee into coming and getting some of the pollen. It doesn't have to send out mailers and emails and billboards or whatever. It just is what it is. It knows what it is, and it does it, and everything it needs is just brought to it. The bees come to it and everything. It's an easier way to live your life, to just be who you are and trust that the people who have what you have to offer will be drawn to you. I think there is kind of a caveat to that, though, is that you have to work on yourself. I've spent a lot of years in self-examination trying to refine my character traits so that I'm a person somebody would want to be around. I was painfully shy as a child. I would not be somebody that everybody was attracted to when I was a child. I was scared to say boo to people, practically. So I had to, with time, grow out of that and become somebody that somebody would want to associate with. So I think there is that kind of underlying assumption that I'm making, that you've got a personality that people are going to resonate with and not be repulsed by.
Okay.
So,
I was talking with a friend of mine just a little earlier before this call, and she's a massage therapist that I go to regularly, and I went to her yesterday, and I noticed when I walked in that, she's a beautiful person, but my goodness, she looked more beautiful than I'd ever seen her before. And just the way she acted, and it's like this radiant beauty from within her. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dang, what happened to you? And I didn't say anything, but I sent her an email last night about, I noticed yesterday, you seem to have this almost, and I called it an anointed beauty. It's almost just like this anointing on her. She's a beautiful person inside and out on a bad day, but that was just like profound. And you know what she told me?
What?
She said, I decided that I was going to be who I really was. I am tired of going to work and having to pretend that I'm somebody that I'm not. And I just let all that go and thought, I am who I am. People can take me or leave me, but I am going to be me. I thought, well, you just hit on the most, if we could, package that beauty secret.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing difference. You talk about resonating. And she was telling me how that people were just drawn to her like crazy now. And that's because she just made a decision in her heart, I'm going to be who I was created to be.
Yeah. I think that's profound. Because really, that is sort of saying that at the core, we're all that way. At the core, we're all beautiful, attractive, intelligent beings. But it's the junk that we let get in the way that keeps that from coming out. It's like the envy that maybe you're envious of somebody else, or you're jealous, or maybe you're comparing yourself to someone else, and you're trying to mold yourself in the world's image or in somebody else's image. It's when you're out of integrity with who you are that people sense that something's amiss.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be drawn. It's when you are who you are that people are drawn to you. Because that's, at the core, I believe we're all children of God, if you want to get religious about it. And there is this piece of divinity that's there, this perfection at the core of, God doesn't make no junk. One of my older friends used to say, at the core, there's something beautiful, just like a flower. It's just all the junk we put in the way.
Yeah, and that's when people do start being attracted to you, when they see your core. Mm-hmm. Not when they see, I know personally, I had a lot of issues with other people's expectations, other people's reactions to me. What are others going to think? And are they going to reject me? And It took a while. It wasn't overnight, but once I was able to let that go.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. I mean, that was a new level of freedom, not just in life, but in business.
Yeah.
Where you kind of realize not everybody's going to resonate with who you are. And that's okay because you don't want to deal with them anyway.
Right. Yeah. You don't have to make everybody happy. I think Abraham Lincoln said something to the effect about the recipe for failure was trying to make everybody happy or please everybody all the time. You can't do it.
So you're drawing me in magnetically to this personality-driven marketing, this leap of faith, okay, you're really resonating with who you are, the gifts and talents God gave you, His message for you to get out to the world. When you start resonating with that, then attraction goes out, like to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. You just can't. It's unstoppable, really. If you become who you are at the core, you couldn't stop it any more than you could stop a fragrance coming off of a flower.